What's up, everybody? So we are just a couple of days from the start of the Major League Baseball season, and I thought it would be fun to give you 5 reasons to be excited about the 2021 MLB season. I just did my first fantasy draft last night, and got another one tomorrow night, and then another one on Wednesday night. So I'm in full gear, and then of course opening day is on Thursday. So as you guys can imagine, pumped for the season to get started. But I figured if I'm pumped, I'd tell you guys some of the things that I'm excited about. First off, some of the things that I'm not excited about. So obviously, as a Yankee fan, Luke Voit, man, oh man, the partial tear of the meniscus in his knee. Looks like he's going to be out. I mean, I've heard all kinds of range in terms of when he'll be back by. I've heard as early as April or May, and then I've heard as late as June, and I'm starting to think that it might not be until July. So we'll see. It's hard to tell. Yankees are always not very forthcoming about when guys will be back from injury, but a huge blow to the Yankees. Another huge blow, of course, was Eloy Jimenez, going down, now needing surgery. I think he was out for like 6 to 8 months or something like that. So we're probably not going to see Eloy this year. I guess possibly we might see him in the playoffs, if they really need him. But my guess is he'll be out for the entire year, which is just a terrible blow to the White Sox. And then, of course, to anybody that owns Eloy Jimenez rookie cards. Like this one, you guys know I own that Sapphire card. I was thinking about maybe selling it, but obviously not going to be looking to do that with that huge news, terrible news for Eloy. Another disappointment, just random, for me as a Yankee fan. I was hoping Andujar, with Voit being hurt, maybe Andujar could step up, but now he's hurt. So he can't step into, he just, ever since that rookie year campaign, it's been sort of downhill for Andujar, unfortunately. So we'll see if we see him this year. Another disappointment is Carter Kieboom. He was just sent down, had a rough spring. Looked like the Nationals were ready to give him third base, but unfortunately, he will not be playing third base. And then I a couple months ago, I heard that Tim Tebow had decided to hang it up. So I'm sure a lot of people are disappointed that Tim Tebow will not be playing for the New York Mets. I'm sorry to tell you guys, for those of you that didn't know about this, I'm sure it's a huge blow. I'm sure you're looking forward to seeing Tim go from the Rumble Ponies to the New York Mets. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen. So anyway, 5 reasons I'm excited for this season. And number one has got to be some of the cards in Topps 2021 Series 1. Guys that I'm really looking forward to seeing this year. So, and by the way, I just pulled out the cards that I, was able to pull out. I'm sure there are many other guys. Feel free to mention in the comments, guys you think that I'm totally missing, and I'm sure there's lots of people I'm missing in this video because it's very general. But Deivi Garcia, he was sent down to the minors. Herman won that last spot, and so he's not going to be pitching, at least in the beginning of the season for the Yankees, but could be a nice call-up later in the season. Nate Pearson could be a very exciting pitcher for the Blue Jays, so here are a couple of cards for him. This is like an orange and a throwback to 84 Topps. There's another, look at that one. That one's really nice. I actually just bought a box of 2021 Series 1. Didn't get to anything too great, but I did hit this card, which was kind of cool. Ian Anderson is a lot of people are talking about him being one of the favorites for Rookie of the Year this year, so definitely keep an eye on him. I remember I pulled this back in the day, this acetate card, Leaf Best of Baseball, number to 35, so kind of a neat card there. But Ian Anderson for the Braves, a lot of people talking about the Braves having, the next Smoltz, Maddox, Glavine, kind of combo. Sixto Sanchez, a lot of people like him this year, and everybody loves the name Sixto. He was taken pretty early in my fantasy draft last night. I totally understand why. Should be one of the favorites for Rookie of the Year this year. Joey Bart, it'll be interesting to see, he had a really nice spring. I think he hit like 400 in spring training. So Definitely love his talent. Now that Buster Posey is back, I'm not sure where he fits in with the team, but definitely somebody to keep an eye on. And then here is Bowman Platinum. Like I said, guys, just pulled out some random cards. Here is another Joey Bart Sporting News card. Another guy that I'm excited about is Andres Gimenez. Should be leading off for the Indians, was traded from the Mets to the Indians as part of that Lindor trade, and will be leading off for the Indians. So there he is. There's a couple there that I opened up 2 boxes of Series 1, so hit 3 of those over 2 boxes. Nick Madrigal, a lot of people like him, high batting average guy. So he'll definitely be in the running for Rookie of the Year this year on a great White Sox lineup, as even without Eloy Jimenez. And there are 2 more. There's the base and the foil that I hit. Dylan Carlson, who I actually drafted him as part of my fantasy team last night. And I know last year he was hitting cleanup for the Cardinals. So we'll see if he will be doing that this year. But definitely have high hopes for him. Will definitely be one of the favorites for Rookie of the Year. There's another one. And then my man Christian Pache for the Atlanta Braves. Great defensive outfielder for the Braves. And he will definitely get his opportunities. So definitely like him on a great Braves team. Joe Adell was one of the holdbacks. Like, he should have been in my opinion, part of 2020 tops, but they held him back for Series 1. And so this was supposed to be the big card, although people have been souring on Joe Adell lately, it seems. But we'll definitely card to, hold on to and see how he performs. And this is a card that I got at the National. Really cool card there. I love these National cards. Hoping to get one this year in Chicago. The guy that a lot of people are really liking is this guy, Bobby Dalbec for the Red Sox. I think he's leading spring training in home runs. I think he's got like 7 or 8 home runs in spring training. So pretty awesome right there. So we'll see what he does with the Red Sox this year. And then probably the 2 highest profile guys, Ryan Mountcastle. So look how young he is here. And look how skinny he is in this Bowman first card. And then here, ready for the show. And the Orioles are going to give, the nice thing about Ryan Mountcastle is he has so much talent and he's on a really bad team. So he's going to get a lot of opportunities. And this is Series 1, 2021. And then, of course, you got Adley Rutschman coming, eventually coming up, and Kjerstad. So the Orioles might have a nice nucleus in a couple of years. You look at the Padres and the White Sox, maybe like the Cubs a couple of years ago. So who knows? Maybe the Orioles will be that team in a couple of years. The Blue Jays right now are a really fun team to watch. And then, of course, Alec Baum is another guy from Series 1. So this is the Bowman paper. Here he is with the Threshers, I guess. And then here is his Series 1 card. He is probably, the top card right now, at least in terms of value-wise for Series 1. But definitely like his card. Really cool with the cup and the rookie card there. Reason number 2 is all of the rookies that could be coming up as part of Series 2 and update for 2021. So I wasn't able to find any Jared Kelenic, but he's a guy that I would expect will probably be part of Series 2 or possibly update. Julio Rodriguez is a very interesting player that could be, part of update. And then, if this could be 2021 update, guys, could be the next 2018 Topps update had all those, Gleyber Torres and Acuna and Soto and Austin Meadows and Shane Bieber. I'm thinking 2021 Topps update has a chance of being as exciting as 2018 Topps update. It'll depend on how things, line up. You got Kelenic, You got Julio Rodriguez. You got Kirilloff, depend on when he comes up. Here's another Kirilloff. And here is another. This is a really cool card. Mirror image. Kirilloff and Christian Yelich. Taylor Trammell, probably be Series 2, but another guy to look for. Mackenzie Gore, another person to look out for. Andrew Vaughn will be a clear leader, one of the guys that you're going to be looking for in Series 2. And now with Eloy Jimenez being out, looks like he's going to be given a huge opportunity with the White Sox and has an insane amount of talent. He was not part of Series 1, so I will expect that he's going to be part of Series 2. So that's going to be a huge card to look for. And here it is, Andrew Vaughn. What is this? A Franchise Futures. Here is the Bowman First again. But the Mint 9, this is the Chrome No Ball. And another big card, of course, is going to be Ke'Bryan Hayes. That should be part of Series 2. So, your two big cards a part of Series 2 should be Andrew Vaughn and Ke'Bryan Hayes. And I'd be more excited about those two guys than I am about Series 1 is very deep. As you guys saw, lots of guys in Series 2, in Series 1. But Series 2 is going to have feature two really big cards that I like, Ke'Bryan Hayes as well as Andrew Vaughn. I don't know why I put this here. C.J. Abrams, I don't think he'll be up this year, but a guy to look for as part of the Padres system. Now, the reason why I really be excited about Update, and I'm really, you could hear it in my voice, I would be so excited if we see Bobby Witt at some point later in 2021 and they include him as part of Update. I know it's a little bit of a long shot, but how awesome would it be to have Bobby Witt, who really did some special things in spring training. A lot of people are noticing his power and how good of a future he has ahead of him. If he comes up as part of, towards the end of the season and is included in Update, that would be huge. And then, of course, the main guy that everybody's waiting for is this guy, Wander Franco, where whatever series he's part of, you're going to want to get as much of that product as you could possibly get your hands on, because that is going to be the hottest product that we're going to see in a very, very long time. So keep your eyes out for Wander Franco and when he comes up in 2021. All right, reason number 3, comeback players. I always love a comeback story, and because of last year was so weird, there's a ton of opportunities for a lot of great comeback stories. So, of course, Buster Posey didn't play last year. David Price also didn't play last year, but who cares about David Price? But Buster, I love this card. It was one of my favorite cards. Buster Posey, looks like the 52 Topps design. So I'm excited to see, maybe Posey could have a nice year, come back, took the year off. We'll see. It could be very good or very bad. Josh Bell is a guy to look out for. He is having a huge spring, so it'd be interesting to see if he has a nice comeback season after a very subpar 2020. Speaking of another guy that had a subpar 2020, how about Jack Flaherty? I'd love to see what he can do. I know I had him as one of the top pitchers in baseball last year, and then he kind of disappointed a little bit. So it'd be interesting to see if he has a nice comeback. I know that the A's were talking about Matt Olson the other day. These are 2 of his autographs. I got this as part of Archives, number 99, and this was Bowman Sterling. But Matt Olson, I think he hit like 195 last year, so I think there's a lot of expectation that maybe he could have a big bounce back season. And I know I think it was the Athletics owner said something about, that he's going to have a huge season. Yordan Alvarez, of course, had a disappointing 2020 with the injury. So he could have a huge bounce back season for the Astros. I know a lot of collectors are hoping for a big year from Yordan. As a Yankee fan, of course, I'm looking to see what Luis Severino can do. Hopefully he comes back soon. I know he's going to open the season on the injured list. But the Yankees, I'm excited about their rotation. You have Garrett Cole and then like a whole revamped rotation with Jameson Taillon and Kluber and Domingo Germán and Jordan Montgomery, and hopefully they get back Luis Severino soon. I know a lot of people are excited to see Mike Soroka come back. Had a huge 2019 and was injured in 2020, and now he's going to start the season on the injured list. I actually drafted him as part of my fantasy team last night, sort of a low-risk sleeper type pick. Got him late, too. So like Mike Soroka. Domingo Germán, who I just mentioned, hoping to have a bounce-back season for him. He's had a really nice spring, so we'll see what he can do. I think he was named as the number 3 starter. Christian Yelich, I talked about him in a previous video. He could have a bounce-back season. I'm really hoping Christian Yelich, for the sake of a lot of people that own, have a lot of put into him, that he has a bounce-back season. He's just too talented to struggle as much as he did last year. And here's another Christian Yelich, and here is his Sapphire card. It's a nice looking card there. Another guy, of course, if you talk about Christian Yelich, you got to talk about Cody Bellinger. Again, same thing as Yelich, disappointing 2020. It was a weird year, so I don't put a lot of stock into it, but I'm hoping that Bellinger has a nice bounce-back season. Only 25 years old, as I mentioned in a previous video, and has already accomplished a lot. A lot of people gave up on Gleyber, and I did not. I know a lot of people, a lot of collectors did. Were very disappointed in what he did last year, but he's had a nice spring. I think he had 2 home runs the other day, so a lot of people are expecting big things out of Gleyber. I think Cashman said that he was out of shape last year, so hopefully that ignites a fire for him and he has a better season. And then here's another Gleyber Torres. Another guy, how about Pete Alonso? I know he's had a really nice spring. I think he's hit for a high average. He's hit a couple of home runs. Not a lot of people are talking about him, but I think he could have a nice bounce-back season. It's not unusual for a guy to have a huge rookie year and then a tough sophomore. It's called the sophomore slump for a reason, and then bounce back in their third year. So it wouldn't be surprising to see Pete Alonso have a nice comeback. And then you have guys, number 4 is guys that are on new teams. So Jock Peterson was traded, I think he signed with the Cubs, and has been lighting it up this spring. And maybe just a change of scenery for him will help him. Maybe he can get some more playing. The Dodgers are so good. I was thinking about this morning. They have a choice between Gonsolin, Dustin May, and David Price as their number 5 starter. They get like that. Any of those 3 guys would start on any other Major League Baseball team. Same thing with with the talent in their hitting. They didn't sign Jock Peterson because they just have so much talent on their team. So, but he's lighting it up with the Cubs right now. Of course, Trevor Bauer was a big signing with the Dodgers. Speaking of the Dodgers, so Trevor Bauer, he could end up being a huge pickup for the Dodgers. And here are a couple of rookie cards. There he is again, very talkative on Twitter and on social media. You're never wondering what Trevor Bauer is thinking, which I like. I noticed that Billy Hamilton, I think, is with the White Sox. Yeah, I think it was the White Sox. So we'll see if he can kind of turn it around with them. I saw Francisco Mejia is now with the Rays, so that's interesting. And I mentioned him a long time ago as a high prospect and didn't do much with the Indians, and now may have a great chance with the I think he went to the Padres. And now he's with the Rays. So we'll see. He may get an opportunity with the Rays, which would be good for him. Of course, we talked about George Springer in the previous video. Batting first for the Blue Jays is definitely a good thing with Bo Bichette and Kevin Biggio and Vlad Guerrero Jr. So we'll see what he does there. There's another George Springer. Of course, Greg Bird. I put this in as a joke. I guess I heard he's with the Rockies now, like it matters. And then Nolan Arenado, St. Louis Cardinals. We'll see what he does outside of Coors. A lot of people are concerned about that, but I don't think he'll have any problems. And then maybe the biggest pickup of the offseason, the Mets getting Francisco Lindor, who's just been lighting up spring training. So I'm very excited to see. The Mets, I feel like I do this every year where I get excited for them, and then they let me down and let their fans down every year. But I don't know. I think Lindor, someone like him, bringing him into the clubhouse might do a huge service for the Mets. So we'll see what happens. All right, and number five, and then I'll get into my predictions, are just guys that I'm excited to see this year and just see what they can do. Very generic kind of category, but Kevin Newman, I don't know if anybody noticed, but the guy's hitting 700 this spring for the Pirates. I know a lot of people don't care about the Pirates, but that's pretty awesome. I know he's only had 29 at bats, but something for the Pirates to get excited about. I saw he had the highest batting average this spring, so I just figured I'd point that out. And I saw that I have a Chrome Auto. Really excited to see what Vlad does this year. I have a feeling this might be the year where everything clicks. We'll see what happens. I know a lot of people are kind of expecting that. He had a lot of potential going into his rookie season, and I think he's sort of disappointed in his rookie and sophomore year season. But I have a feeling that this is the year. I actually drafted him as part of my fantasy team last night for that exact reason. So I think he might go off. Plus, he's first base, third base eligible. Here's another Vlad. Obviously, excited to see Tatis. Tatis is just anytime the Padres are on, I'm going to be putting them on to see Tatis play. And here are two really cool cards of his. Love that bat flip. I actually did that. I was playing golf the other day, and I had a nice drive, and I flipped the club like Tatis. Everybody that I was golfing with was like, what is wrong with you? Bo Bichette, excited to see what he can do in his sophomore season. Or would that be his junior season? I don't know. There's another Bo Bichette. Luis Roberts, we'll see what he does. A lot of people, I think, expect a regression from him. But a lot of people are excited to see what he could do with that White Sox lineup. And then this is the 2021 card. Yoan Moncada is another guy that looks great as part of I think he hit a bomb the other day. So excited to see Moncada and what he can do. Austin Meadows, I don't know. Maybe this will be the year. I've been kind of waiting for him to kind of really take off. And I have this hope that this is going to be the year where Meadows finally kind of, becomes a star. So we'll see if that happens. Him with the Rays. And here is another card of his to 10. As a Yankee fan, looking forward to seeing if Stanton can do something special this year. We'll see. He's had so many injuries, and, all we need is just a healthy season from Judge and Stanton, and that would be pretty exciting. Michael Kopech, we'll see if he can do something this year for the White Sox. Ronald Acuna, of course, a lot of people are excited to see. The interesting thing, I was doing fantasy draft last night. He is ranked number 1 for fantasy, which I was kind of surprised. Not Juan Soto, not Mike Trout, not Jacob deGrom. It was Ronald Acuna as the number 1 fantasy. That's sometimes can be kind of telling. And then, of course, you guys know a huge Clint Frazier fan. Hope he gets some good opportunities in left field. And here are just a couple cards of his. Bowman Sterling, top prospect card. These are just cards I pulled out. And then, of course, my Blue Wave card. And then, of course, it would be a mistake to not, have Aaron Judge as one of, for me, definitely excited to see Aaron Judge. He's my favorite player to watch right now. Every time he's up at bat, I, stop what I'm doing and see how he does. So as long as he's healthy, I think the Yankees will do very well for themselves with him in the lineup. All right, guys, so predictions. So to no surprise, got to go with DeGrom. I think the Mets are going to be better this year, and DeGrom's the best pitcher in baseball, so had to go with DeGrom. Big shocker there for Cy Young. And in the American League, not a surprise again, especially as a Yankee fan. I got to go with Garrett Cole. He's just going to have so many opportunities to get wins. He doesn't even need to pitch that well with that lineup, even with Luke Voit out of the lineup. The Yankees are just stacked, and they have a great bullpen. They have a good bullpen. I'm a little scared about what Chapman's going to do this year, but we'll see. A guy that, I didn't pick him, but a guy to really look out for is this guy, Lucas Giolito. I picked him in my fantasy draft last night. I wasn't able to get Garrett Cole or Jacob deGrom, so I reached a little bit for Lucas Giolito, who I think it'll either be Garrett Cole or Lucas Giolito. Those are my two favorites for Cy Young this year. So here's a couple of Lucas Giolito cards. Used to be with the Nationals. Oh, I guess I gave it away, but my Rookie of the Years, I'm going to go with Randy Arozarena and Ke'Bryan Hayes. Arozarena just is too talented, and he's going to have too many opportunities with the Rays to not pick him. And then Ke'Bryan Hayes, he's just, again, too talented to not win National League Rookie of the Year. So those are my two Rookie of the Year candidates. So because I've pretty much gone chalk, I decided for MVP to not go chalk. And of course, if I went chalk, it would be Mike Trout. A lot of people are going to pick Mike Trout, but I'm going to pick Shohei Ohtani to win American League MVP. And the reason for my thinking is I look back at Rookie of the Year a couple of years ago when it should have been Andahar. And I just think that all Ohtani needs to do is pitch real, have a pretty good pitching season and a pretty good hitting season, and he'll win an MVP. Baseball is just dying to have Ohtani do something special, and then give him the MVP. So, and he's been lighting it up this spring, hitting really well, lighting up the radar gun, pitching. He's going to be, I think he has the first home game for the Angels in terms of pitching. So it sounds like the Angels are going to give him an opportunity to pitch and hit, which is huge. And I just think that he has a leg up, just the fact that he's a two-way player in terms of winning MVP, because a lot of voters are going to be like, we've never seen this before. And as long as he has a nice season, I could see him winning MVP just for that reason alone. So I'm picking Ohtani. It's going to really come down to the injuries. Can he stay healthy? And then in the American League, in the National League, again, I'm not going to go chalk, which would be Mookie Betts, of course, or it would be Juan Soto. There's a Juan Soto. There's another Juan Soto. And I actually drafted Juan Soto with my first pick last night as part of my fantasy draft. And there's his Prism card and a PSA 9. And there's another Juan Soto and another Juan Soto. I think he's going to have a huge year. But just for the fun of it, I'm going to go with, in the National League as my MVP, I'm going to go with Corey Seager. And I talked about it in my last video. I just feel like things are clicking right now for him. NLCS MVP, World Series MVP. He's been lighting up in spring training. He's going to bat second in that fantastic Dodgers lineup right behind Mookie Betts. And, plays a great shortstop position and could just be in line to, he's a great dark horse to win National League MVP. And finally, there is a pretty cool Sapphire card of Corey Seager. So, look at that sparkle. All right, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Again, psyched for the season to start. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'm sure I missed so many players that you guys will tell me about in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you later. Peace.